Look, you're a bitch, man. I am an adult now. I'm 18. I'm allowed to be
Yeah,
an
by
adult.
the legal definition, not by the biological one.
Look, I told you about this yesterday. 18 is an adult.
Yeah, by legal definition,
Yeah,
not
what the fuck
biological
else
definition.
matters? Look, biology is all about theories. I'm going by pure hard fact that being 18 is an adult.
Do you even realize what theories are?
It's something that could not be true, but maybe, sort of is.
No, that's hypotheses.
But wait, what's the difference between a hypothesis and a theorist? A theorist?
So
A theory,
a
then.
hypothesis is a potential idea, or you know, informally theory that could be real, but hasn't necessarily been proven or referenced over each other with other scientists who have attempted the same thing. Whereas a theory is an idea that has evidence, that has been proven, that has been practiced by multiple scientists, and they've all achieved the same result.
Why isn't it just called a fact then?
Well, theory is fact, whereas hypothesis is just kind of it's an idea that might be true.
Well, then why the fuck do we need two different words for it?
Because if you're suggesting like a study of something, it starts as a hypothesis until it can be properly proven by other people or cross-referenced or anything, and then it becomes a theory.
Sure, why not? I actually gotta look up what is the difference between theory and fact. I want the Google definition.
Well, there is no difference between theory and fact. There's a difference between hypothesis and theory.
You don't know that.
I do know that. I read it.
Difference between theory and fact. Here we go. I've got the pure difference between theory and fact. Facts are observed. Theories are explanations of observed. So facts are more like
Cool.
shit that you can experience.
Yes, whereas theorems are things that you have experienced and you are now explaining to somebody.
Yes. So it's you can... A fact is oxygen. A theory is a black hole.
Yes, in which case there is not really any difference. It's just a theory is something that you have observed that you are now explaining to somebody.
Yes. So there is a slight difference.
Is something that hasn't necessarily been observed. However, you have come to a particular conclusion.
I forgot what my argument about age was now. I knew it was something to do with me being an adult.
It was to do with the fact that in biological theory, which is fact, at 19 you become an early adult.
That is only a hypothesis.
No, that's a theory.
No, it's not. It is truly a hypothesis because I am 18 and I am an adult. Case closed.
So your answer to that is I'm right, you're wrong. Get with it.
Yeah, yeah, essentially, yeah.
So there is no point to make here. You're just kind of saying I'm right, shush.
Yeah, fuck you.
This is
interesting start.
Yeah, it feels like a fucking chat in Parliament.
Chats in Parliament probably aren't any more, needed.
Well, I mean, chats in Parliament are usually just a lot of angry people shouting at each other, saying, I'm right, you're wrong.
Exactly. They're probably, our chat has been more influential than the shit that happens there.
Yes, and God, I hate Parliament. It is just a bunch of very angry children.
Anyone out there listening, if you're in an argument with someone, just say I'm right, you're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Then you'll win the argument, I'm sure.
Yeah. I should probably actually say an intro. Welcome back. We're back. Yeah.
Yes, we're back. I
That's a
have
great intro.
returned.
Only you. Yeah, I've always been here.
Yes,
I've been
exactly.
perpetually stuck in a call since November 2021.
Yes, we have never left. We have simply been here, and I've occasionally been in some of Zeb's videos because we are still stuck in the call. And then occasionally, when he doesn't want me to speak, I just
I
deafened the
tell you to
entire
shut the
time.
fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we've never left. It's like like object permanence but real. You just always have to be here unless you don't unless that you don't exist.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, welcome back everyone. Hope you're having a good time. Uh, we're not. We're both ill.
Yes, I'm having a terrible time. Unfortunately, I realize that it is winter, and then therefore my immune system has to go through the process of, oh shit, yeah, we should actually be doing this stuff. I definitely want to start with my topic. I have
Yeah,
to.
yeah. I was about to say start with your topic because it is the most interesting one.
Yeah, it is honestly quite weird. I briefly saw a story on this, and then I had to read through it, and I thought,
Yeah.
you gotta see
There is
it.
also something close to where I live that something like this has actually happened. But I'll let you read through your shit first.
So, in Oklahoma at the moment, there is the main state's rep called
Where's
Justin.
Oklahoma, by the way? Just so I sort of have an idea of where we are.
Oklahoma is the U.S.
Okay.
It's a U.S. state.
Yeah.
Justin, do you seriously not know where Oklahoma? Hang on, no. I'm gonna stop this real quick. Do you not know where Oklahoma is?
I don't live in the US. Why would I need to know where Oklahoma is?
I don't, but I know where it is because, like, I've looked at a map once.
Yeah, but I don't know where Oklahoma is. That an issue? Why do I need to know where
No, not
Oklahoma is?
necessarily, because I can always just fill in the blanks. I'm just kind of like, you seriously? This is like the fucking time that in English class I was explaining to people like what a poem meant because our teacher didn't fucking know anything about um the Vietnam War, and I basically just said to him, "Oh, it's this, and this," and it was to do with like trying to stop communism and the spread of
Oh, you've
communism.
told me this story. This is a brilliant story.
Yeah, and then someone in the class put up her hand and was like, "What's communism?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What's communism?" "Well, I don't know what communism is." "How have you never learnt what communism is?"
How old are you
"Well,
at
I
this
don't know."
point? How old were you?
Oh God, I was in college, so I would have
17
been
to
like,
19?
yeah, something like that. Um,
For
but
Americans watching, college is like year 12 to 13.
it's high school
Yeah.
in the U.S. But no, God, I I explained it to her, and she got it in the end. But like, she didn't even know where Vietnam was or anything. And I'm just sort of like, have you never like looked at a map or read a history book or even heard the mention of communism before?
Yeah, because
Like,
like surely you should
how?
know what like because there's this. I'm assuming she wasn't an internet person because like communism is a massive or was a massive meme back then.
No, I presume not. Though to be honest, she's well, she was the type of student that was the fussy bad girl kind of,
Um,
the stereotypically blonde.
Yeah, makes sense now. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
I'm fucking blonde, so I can't say anything. But
Are you blonde?
Well, yeah, at my roots I am. For whatever reason, my hair went from like really blonde when I was a kid to just sort of like brown.
I swear, no, that happens to everyone though. I swear, every child is born as blonde, and then sort of their hair will either change or not.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing, and I do want to put a bit of research into that, but I should probably get back to what I was
Yeah,
fucking talking
yeah.
about. So Justin Humphrey is the rep of the state of Oklahoma in the US. At these particular coordinates for Zeb, because he doesn't know where
Shut
they
the fuck up, cunt.
are. And he was saying that he heard like stories from other states of people that went into their classrooms as furries or whatever.
Well, like in the suits.
Yeah, and like also one story in Oklahoma from a friend, effectively, which brought him to push this bill, like an actual U.S. bill to ban furries from educational institutions.
Now, I wanna interject a little bit. I think that no, because it really depends on what definition of furry you're using. But yes, you shouldn't go into schools in a fucking fursuit.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, I've seen some people like walk around on their college campus as in their suit for a laugh and
Yeah,
do it for a video and
but
stuff. And
I think going into class like that is unacceptable.
Yeah, no, I agree that perhaps like yeah, you shouldn't do that. But considering his leeway on the whole topic is a story about the litter box hoax.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably base that he is just bullshitting.
Yes, yeah.
But
It's like that, like those ill-enforced sort of, or not ill-enforced rules that were like sort of just like again hoaxes. Like in England, I think about a year ago, there was a MP who sort of put in this very surface level bill about men not being allowed outside past 10 p.m.
oh.
That is a very dangerous water that we're getting into there. But yeah, essentially that was like a bill that she just put in. I don't think she ever really expected to get through though.
Yeah, which is also kind of the problem with Justin Humphrey, because as he has admitted, this bill is to make people aware of it, not necessarily to do anything about it. Like, he doesn't expect this to get through. And I'm just kind of like, why did you do it then?
Yeah.
Like, what purpose did you... Like, you're not doing anything. You're solving a problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah, because why would you... Like, what's the fucking point of putting in a bill and not wanting it to get through?
Yeah, exactly. It seems illogical, but like there is more to this story, and I really need to like fill you in on the rest of it because it's a bit funny. So interestingly, in the bill, it says that things that exhibit anthropomorphic behavior are not allowed in the classroom. And I'm like, okay, so no one's allowed in a classroom then.
Because surely humans are anthropomorphic, no?
Yes, anthropomorphic means to have human characteristics. So to be human is innately to be not allowed in this classroom.
Yeah. It's
Literally, no one can go to an educational institution. You are banning people from ever being able to have an education. What the fuck
yeah,
is you
it
doing?
makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense, and it's genuinely really funny. I read the whole bill, and I'm just sort of like, I don't understand.
I like this line in the Google Doc that you put saying the bill states that they would be taken off the grounds by parent, okay, security, okay, or by animal control.
Yes, no, that's not a joke. That is what he wrote.
What the fuck are they gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're just gonna throw a net over them and hope they don't. They just get too blinded by the to just fucking take it off.
Yeah, probably something like that. I don't know. Like, what exactly do you expect to do? Also, these are human fucking beings.
Yeah, they're not. They're not dogs. You can't just fucking take animal control. It kills rabid dogs. You can't let them just kill humans whenever they feel.
Well, I don't feel as though it's like they'd ever do that, but like,
Well, no. Well, they take them to rescue homes. Then, if the rescues don't find a home for them soon enough, bang, they're dead. But sort of.
well, yeah, but like, you're never going to literally take a human being.
Okay. No, but you get what I mean. Animal control can't do fuck all about it.
Yeah, exactly, but they're not literally a dog or a fox or a cat or whatever it is. They're just playing and performing as a character like that. I what?
Because surely,
What?
what's the difference between a furry and a mascot?
The difference is
Or like
that
what
a
in what
furry.
they're wearing? What is the real difference?
Well, there's a huge amount of difference. The styling and the creation of the suits are very different, and there's also the issue of the fact that, mascots actually like represent sports teams or businesses or whatever, whereas furries do it like as a hobby.
Okay, but in the basic form, they are both people wearing animal costumes.
In a way, yeah. At its base level, yes, most mascots are anthropomorphic, yes.
I mean, like when I said what is the difference, I mean in very basic form.
Yeah, no, like on the same level, they are pretty much the same thing.
Yes.
It's just, But yeah, I'm genuinely surprised by this. And the whole animal control thing. He said that like, oh, I wrote that in there as a joke. You're writing a legal bill.
This went into fucking Congress, mate. You can't write it as a joke.
You're writing a fucking joke to the state senate.
There's like writing Fredo should go back to 5p on something about inflation. You can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't remember who is opposing him on this. Let me like have a quick read.
It should fucking be everyone.
Well, everybody, yeah, but like God, where yeah, Rosecrans. Rosecrans came to I don't know if it's like CBS or no, it's Scripps News. Who said to them like, this is just pandering to put in bills before an election. Like it's pointless. It's dangerous. You're throwing out random bills about problems that aren't problems.
Yeah, and realistically, the majority of voters are probably middle-aged people. It's not controversial to say that. Probably most of them probably middle-aged.
Yes.
What middle-aged person is going to know what a furry is?
Yeah, that's my problem. I feel as though most people are just the uninformed types, which usually end up being people who are a lot older who have no idea what it is and are like, oh, it's something I don't understand, so therefore it's wrong. Which isn't true. Like, there's lots of people who don't understand homosexuality who are a lot older, but
I feel like I
homosexuality is
feel like
not
that's different
wrong.
because homosexuality is very simple. A man likes another man. That's very simple to understand.
Well, yeah, that's pretty simple, but even then, some people still don't understand it. Like, why
Yeah,
do people do it? And I'm just like, well,
it's not really a choice, is it?
because some people think dick is amazing. Like, that's all you need.
Yeah, like no, I think it's hard to sort of not be able to grasp it. I think there are other facets of that are more complicated, like fucking transgenderism. That is a bit more complicated than just a man liking another man. But
Yeah,
being gay is very simple.
that's a lot more complicated because transgender assumes that okay, you transition to another gender because you feel more feminine or you feel more masculine, in which case you go from being a man to a woman or a woman to a man. And
It's not always like that.
that yeah, but like it's hard because
Yes.
how exactly do you balance the idea of somebody wants to be a woman or a man, and then how do you balance that with gender socially accepted norms that are already existing in society? You have to revolutionize an entire system to revolve around this new concept. And lots of people find that hard because unfortunately the world is governed by old men
Yeah.
and old women who think like, no, 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 I'd never have this person in my bathroom or whatever.
Yeah, it's like no wonder that gay marriage only became legal about 15 years ago in this country, in the UK. It was 6 years ago. Fuck off with it. 6 years ago.
I believe it was 6 because I did briefly see this like not too long ago, and I was just kind of like, wow, that is surprisingly recent.
When did gay marriage become legal in the UK?
I imagine.
Oh fuck! March of 2014.
Yeah, exactly. It's not
Christ!
that long ago.
Oh my god! So 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus! I thought. Oh my god! And in some countries, you could still be put to death for being gay.
Well, yeah. I mean, for example, in Russia, which it's not a thing anymore. Well, they say it's not a thing. Though, to be honest, if Putin tells me the sun's up, I'd go out and check.
Yeah. But I'm more talking about in the Middle East. If you are gay, you can be put to public execution.
Yeah, which is like capital punishment.
Yeah.
And that is genuinely quite concerning. But
Yes.
oh well.
Anyway, back to the furry shit. Can I make an example of something that has happened very close to where I live?
I mean, I will allow you in a second, but like I need to finish off what I was saying about Russia.
Right. Yeah.
The very famous song "Take Me to Church" or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
The music video actually has images from Catholic Russia, but the point was that in Russia it was not too long ago, and probably still is, because, you know, Russia doesn't really talk about their internal affairs. It was legal, and as I say, probably still is, to hunt and kill homosexuals.
Yep. Same with trans people in that country.
Absolutely.
It's called the Trans Panic Law.
Yeah, which, oh god, that's really fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a trans panic, so therefore I killed
fucking
this
murdered
person.
this guy.
Yeah, like that's just no.
Yeah, it's like if you like that is basically saying if you're worried that someone is trans, there is legal grounds to murder them.
Yes, indeed. Like I don't understand why it matters to people at all.
Yeah,
Like
it shouldn't.
they're not personally interested in you because you're not gay, in which case leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah.
You're creating an issue out of something that doesn't concern you.
Yeah, it's like, again, with the trans panic law, what is there to panic about?
Not really much. It's just like, oh, you're a woman now, or oh, you're a man now. Cool.
Oh, no, you're a
Anyway,
woman now. Oh, no, I'm so scared.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Oh, like what? What's no? Fucking men have been dressing as women since all the way back in Shakespearean times, which is where drag comes from.
Yeah, because, like, women weren't allowed to be in play, so they sort of had to dress up in dresses and shit.
Yeah, and they had to learn to like take care of wigs and also take care of their dresses, act like a woman, be very ladylike, and the whole drag their dresses thing is where the word drag comes from.
Yeah. Yeah, Russia's fucking mental.
Yes, Russia and its trans panic laws and stuff, and the whole thing with being able to hunt people is just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You sound very muffled, by the way. I don't know why that is.
I don't know why.
Oh,
Ever.
no, it's just fixed.
It's another example of just somebody who's probably very religious trying to use their power to control lots of other people because they think they're right.
Yes. So, are we done on Russia? Can I
Yes,
my
we
little
can.
story?
Yes, you can move on.
So, with the litter boxes thing, I think I have to look up what it was, but in my county in the UK called Kent,
Yes.
there is a secondary school, which I will not name, that had sent out a letter to parents saying that we will not allow litter boxes in our school.
Okay.
That was an actual letter that they had to send out to parents because people were genuinely asking for it to be a thing.
Yeah, but I imagine people asked for it to be a thing to take the piss.
No, it
Because
wasn't. Genuinely, I have a friend who went there saying this is not a joke. The people seriously recommending this.
Why?
Because they said, if you do not allow this, in the most serious term of ask, if they do not allow this, I will just piss on the floor. And this is a serious thing that was genuinely recommended. I can't find anything about it online for some reason, but I've heard that this is a real thing.
Is this a thing like you've heard from your friend?
No, as in on the news, on the radio, I've heard this.
Okay, well then the radio is absolutely, the voice of reason.
No, the radio, as in Sky News radio, like actual news. Like, that was an actual letter that they had to send out to students, or to students' parents saying, no, we will not allow litter boxes, are you fucking mental?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, that is, at that point, is it even a hoax? Is it not just something that is an actual, not an issue, but an actual thing that could be that could be recommended?
I mean, it is mostly a hoax because, well, very simply, lots of places were just like, nah, this is bollocks. No, nobody has asked for this ever. Nobody wants this. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's perhaps it is like a local thing.
Oh yeah, no, people in Kent are fucking mental. People in Kent are fucking mental.
Yeah, because fucking Kent is weird. But also at the same time, I feel as though lots of those people probably did it because haha funny.
Yeah, but there
Like,
must be one person who did it like seriously.
no, I highly suspect that people I highly imagine that people probably just decided like, oh well, it's really funny if I keep asking my teacher in it or be annoying.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot like the this is a thing you won't get unfortunately, but it's a lot like the Marilyn Manson ribcage thing
Oh,
back in the 90s.
that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, so there was a rumor that started in, I don't remember where, but it was a school or whatever. We didn't really have internet as much at this point. It wasn't like a huge big
Ben,
thing
you're
or
saying
what.
that you weren't born in the 90s, you were born in the 2000s.
Yeah, no,
You're
I
saying,
was born
oh,
in the
we didn't have
I was born
internet.
no. Let me finish. I was born in the 2000s, but like this was still a thing when I was growing up. Um but there wasn't like a huge web or internet or anything
Hmm.
in the 90s, but people started a rumor that Marilyn Manson sold uh, his, well, parts of his rib cage or like took out ribs or whatever so that he could, be more flexible or bend or whatever.
Who is Marilyn Manson, just so you can sort of fill me in?
I believe he's a very controversial musical artist or musician or whatever.
Right.
But no, that is what people believed for a while because somebody in a school decided, let's spread this rumor, which then got carried between schools without any internet and managed to make it international all over the world, that the
Damn.
belief that Marilyn Manson removed parts of his rib cage.
I wonder how that worked. Because, like, obviously, no internet. How has that become international?
Well, because you get like exchange students, and then you get people that speak on chat rooms to people who are international, and you have people that go to other schools, and then competitions between schools and stuff, and that gets passed around, and then other people start talking about it, not just the students, like teachers and parents and stuff.
And it just grows and grows.
Yeah, so it just kind of grows because one person said one thing, and then all of a sudden now everybody's saying it.
Yeah. It's like what? It's like a very big sort of international fact that people sort of, or international sort of rumor that everyone takes as fact. It's
Yeah,
like, for example, saying that if you swallow bubblegum, it will fucking stay in your stomach for 7 years, which obviously is not true, but everyone sort of thinks it is. Have you heard that?
mm.
Alright, I'll take that as a no then.
No, I am slightly distracted. Continue.
So yeah, people sort of said that, oh, don't swallow bubblegum because it will stay in your stomach for 7 years, and then people genuinely
Uh,
believe that for a long time, which obviously is not true.
yeah, it's the typical thing of parents telling them something that is not necessarily true, but they do it anyway because it's fear mongering.
Yeah, there is some truth to it. Like bubblegum will not digest, but it will just come out again as just the bubblegum that you swallowed it as.
Yeah, like it is interesting, but also that's just it's it's not how it works.
Yeah. It's like there was a thing that like that backfired on my mum massively. So
Which was
she said, "Don't get too close to the TV. Your eyes will go square." So what I did in response to that was get as close to the TV as I possibly could, because I thought having square eyes would be so sick. I thought that would be so cool. I thought the first person in the world to have square eyes, that'd be awesome. I'd be like Minecraft.
Now you have to wear glasses.
Well, yeah, technically it came true. Square eyes, square glasses. It worked.
Yeah, in a way, you achieved exactly what you were trying to do.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Hey, everything worked out.
Yeah. Oh god. So yeah, fucking, I love square eyes and fucking hate fake facts.
Yeah, and also Minecraft. Anyway.
Well, no, I was obsessed with Minecraft, so I wanted to be like a Minecraft man.
Uh-huh.
Alright. This next topic that I really want to talk about because I've been so interested in this recently. I've been following it for like a couple of weeks now. Very interesting. So, there's a Belgian TikToker called Yannick. Have you heard of him?
Yannick, no.
So, he's a prankster, I guess you'd call him, who's on TikTok, and he's like a very big TikToker from Belgium.
Is he one of the pranksters that randomly accost and harass people in the street and then just say it's just a prank, bro?
Here's the thing. The big thing about him is that he doesn't say it's just a prank. He's like...
Oh.
So, do you know who TGF are?
Yeah, of course I know.
Yeah,
who
sort
TGF are.
of like that, but a lot more irritating.
Oh, okay.
So he has recently been jailed for throwing an unknown liquid onto random members of the public. Doesn't sound so bad right now, but it does get worse.
Okay.
This unknown liquid was recently discovered to be dog feces.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yes.
cool. So that's very sanitary.
And then mixed with other shit.
Why?
I'll tell you why. There's a quote from him later on.
Like, why? No. That is not a prank. That is just blatantly fucking chemical warfare.
Yeah, and he's been charged with assault and battery, but is yet to be sentenced. He's confessed and said, quote, "Videos of these are posted on social networks with the aim of getting as many likes as possible." So he's just done this to get views and likes.
Well, he'll certainly get fucking interest. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about the like.
So recently, the YouTuber Pyrocynical has recently commented on this, saying that it's barely a prank and more on the level of harassment. If this was done inside the UK, this was most likely to be mistaken for an acid attack, which I think is true. Because
usually people tend to assume that if you are throwing, something at them, it's usually acid.
Yeah, because like that could be because acid will essentially burn you in 30 seconds if it gets onto you.
Well, it'll do a hell of a lot more than that, but no, I do find that acid attacks are weirdly common.
Well, in the UK, definitely.
Yeah, my friend was saying to me, there was an acid attack down the road last week, and I was thinking, I'm so what?
Said so casually.
There was just an acid attack down the roads last week. Okay, so like, why can you talk about that so casually? Because they happen like all the time.
Well, I mean, it is fair enough, but you wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, Nan died last week." Yeah, she got stabbed.
wasn't quite as simple as that. There was some other bits to it, and I don't remember how we got onto the conversation.
It's
But
like
he
if
was,
you died, I wouldn't say, oh yeah, Ben got stabbed last week. Oh no.
but I just found it so weird that he could speak about it very nonchalantly, and he said, "Well, I'm just kind of desensitized
Is
to
that
it."
not a very British thing though? How we can sort of talk about dark subjects very, or even make jokes about very dark things.
Yeah, that is kind of British humor.
It's like I think that like obviously paedophile humor I think is very exclusive to England.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, no,
I
joking
mean,
about Prince Andrew and shit.
well, yeah, absolutely. But like, I'm fairly certain like some Americans would probably joke about pedophilia,
No,
although I'm
I
fairly
tried to
certain that
I tried to make a paedophile joke to a group of Americans. They did not find it fun. They moaned at me because like you can't joke about that. That is too bad. Like
yeah,
they were not happy with me.
because Americans are very
Sensitive.
sensitive. Yeah.
Like the same with the word cunt. Like that is like an awful word to say in America, and in Britain it's just very normal.
Yeah, it's a term of endearment.
Exactly, like, just like any sort of swear in the UK. It's like, oh, you fucker, and it's like, oh, thank you.
Oh, you prick.
Yeah,
Like, that's the thing.
you insult people to show that you like them.
Exactly. It's fun.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough. Uh, but if you know where cunt comes from, then you know that cunt is actually much less offensive than vagina.
Yeah, well, I know that they sort of have both the same meaning of word, but there is a historical thing which I'm sure you're probably going to get into it.
Yeah, history with me.
Yeah.
Um, so cunt comes from the Hindu nature goddess Kunti, who is a god of fertility and life and health.
Oh, you're going into the real
Um,
history. I was going to do British history, but continue.
No, real history. And when we invaded uh, India, because we did, we picked up cunt as a word, and it just kind of became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Vagina, however, is Roman, and it means sword sheath.
So it means what?
It means sword sheath. This is where we'll holster our dick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think that is infinitely more offensive.
Yeah.
Like, one is very pretty and it's beautiful and it has spiritual meaning, and the other is just, I'm gonna stick my penis. Like, there's a difference. One sounds very crude, the other is quite pretty.
Yeah.
And cunt sounds significantly more powerful, like, this is my cunt. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Uh,
I don't think
But,
any women said that. Just pulled down each other. This is more cunt.
this is... Oh god, no. Please don't add that sort of accent to it. I think that makes it infinitely worse. Fucking just...
I just went full EastEnders there, didn't I?
Hi, my name is Chuck. This is my cunt.
Oh god, that's terrible.
Like, ooh.
Continue with your history lesson.
No, that's kind of where it ends.
Oh.
Like that's pretty much the full story.
I can go more. I can go more into Britain if you'd like. There is a bit more that I know about that.
Sure, I'm eating chocolate muffins now.
Fat fuck. Anyway, so in England, when the word cunt came to England, it was considered a lot less bad than words like damn hell and God, because obviously we were very religious back then.
Mm-hmm.
And when it became known as more of just the word for vagina, in that time the body was known as a lot more sacred. So that's when cunt became a bad word because it was used for the body, like the word dick was also considered very offensive because it was a word for a part of your body.
I see.
So it went from religion being the top dog to your body being the guy that you shouldn't use in vain.
God, this just kind of reminded me of a very depressing story of history.
Well, go on. I want to hear this now.
So in the 1500s, a guy called God, what was his fucking name again? Richard Hunt
Mm-hmm.
existed, and he lived in Whitechapel.
That's in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it's part of, well, I mean, London doesn't exist technically, but
Got my point back from fucking Oklahoma in the start. Back on the winning team.
fucking like London. So if you look into it, there's actually technically no place called London, but
Are you talking like sort of Greater London?
yeah. So like, there is no declaration that ever calls this place London. It is just a city, capital city, and that's about it. But moving on from that, Richard Hunt lived in Whitechapel, and he lost his child at a very, very young age from infancy.
Oh.
Which was pretty horrific. But whilst he was grieving for his dead son, the local chaplain came to him and said, like, "Oh, yeah, it's really sad, but because they were a member of my flock, I have to take everything that they owned." Oh, what? It 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 it's a fucking baby. The baby doesn't own anything. Well, it has a blanket. It it You're not taking my fucking dead child's blanket. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That is very fucked.
And the chaplain said, like, right, I'll see you in court. This is 1500s, by the way, so very religious country at this point. He goes to court, he loses against the chaplain, and has to give it up. And then the police raid his house, find an English Bible, which is heavily heretical at the time.
What was heretical
heresy
mean?
or against God.
Yeah.
And so they arrested him, placed him in prison for the possession of it, and in prison he then decided to take a chain pick a couple bricks out and step up onto them, tie it to the roof, and trip the brick over and hung himself.
Ooh, yeah, that is depressing. What the fuck?
Yeah, like that is a horrific story, and it's a real one that does exist, and it's probably one of the many reasons I don't like religion.
I mean, I think religion is. This is going to be not people are going to not going to like me for saying this. I think sort of very. I think it's a scam.
I mean,
I want to explain why I think this.
sure, go ahead. I have my own opinions.
I think religion is a front for the church to make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah,
I think the reason they offer donations so much is to put it into their own pocket.
Well, yes, absolutely. They supposedly spend it on charities and helping people, and I don't personally agree because I've never seen the church ever actually help anybody.
Yeah, I think it's all a big front for some magical fucking guy that we have no proof exists. And then we have, like, oh, give us money to support this guy. Like, how the fuck is that money going to get to him? Send it in the post.
It's a lot like something that fucking George Carlin said. He was saying like God is all powerful, all knowing, all wise somehow. Just can't handle money.
Yeah, it's got too much. It's like, how is God? I think it's all peaceful yet all powerful. Because if he was all powerful, he kills fucking kids with cancer, and yet he's somehow so nice.
Yes.
It's like, as Butcher said in The Boys, that is a cunt move.
Yes, exactly.
He's got a hard on for mass murder.
Also, we're made to think he's lovely.
He's not.
But he fucked some poor bloke's wife.
Yeah. It's like Joseph just hanging around, and just like, oh, you banged my wife. Oh, what a jokester.
Like, I don't know if this is necessarily good.
Yeah.
I think this is quite awful, actually. Just the idea that I'm happily living with my wife, and all of a sudden she's now pregnant with my son, which honestly I'm fairly certain they probably just realized that she'd cheated on him and then decided that it's a child from God.
No, Mary was just being unfaithful. Like, sorry to break it to you guys.
Yeah, like, no, I feel as though Mary probably just, like, had sex with another man, got pregnant from it, and decided, it's Christ?
Yeah, look, Joseph's just probably had a tiny dick, man. You gotta accept that, guys.
Like, bruh.
It's like, oh, you got me. I think we've cracked the code.
I'm also fairly certain at this point that the Bible is effectively Jesus and his mates got drunk one night and decided to write a book.
Yeah. So, there's this guy called Moses. What does he do? He has a staff and he hits the ground and the water goes whoosh.
Yeah, exactly.
And okay, this guy Noah, he has a boat. What do we put on it? Animals, all of them, just every animal, even the even the fish. Put the fish on the boat.
Oh god, I do know the actual creation of the Bible, but it's a lot. There's a lot of history surrounding it.
Is there an abridged version that you can tell us?
Yeah, probably very quickly. So the original scripture was written by the Jewish, obviously. You're already failing at this point with Catholicism and also Christianity because they don't really like the Jews.
Yeah, yet Jesus was Jewish, but whatever.
Yes, and they're also using scripture that is Jewish, but
yeah,
sure, okay. And then from there came Jesus Christ, who claimed to be Christ's son. He was inevitably executed because he became too popular, and the Romans decided that we can't let this guy have power,
Yeah,
and the Jews don't like him anyway.
he was the first internet. He was the first celebrity.
Yeah, in which case well, probably not the first celebrity. Well, yeah, kinda. He was a cult personality, but
Yeah.
um, no, the real Jesus was just kind of like a funky herbalist who believed that he was Christ's son, probably because Mary had an affair.
That if Jesus came back now, he'd be a massive TikToker. Like
Oh yeah,
he'd
oh
be
yeah.
huge.
Watch me turn this water to wine.
So like boom, and like the comments would just be filled up with "didn't happen of the year" awards.
Yeah, fate, something like that. But no, Jesus was a herbalist who went around talking about God, and Jews don't necessarily hate Jesus. Jews see him as a prophet, but not Christ's son.
Yeah, because their prophet is sort of someone that will kill all of their enemies. That's what they see as the sort of the last prophet of God.
Yeah, and because he kept claiming to be Christ's son and stuff, and also the Romans don't like him, the Jews then inevitably killed him.
Mm-hmm.
So they crucified Jesus, which makes him more popular because, you know, tales of Jesus and things and Christianity and what have you. And a new scripture is made called the Bible.
The Bible, right?
Which is then passed on to the Romans because the Roman soldiers start believing in God and Jesus and ask, is loving Jesus legal? Yeah.
You see, I know how much of this you're stealing from Bill Wirtz.
Yes. And then Constantine decides, like, okay, yeah, sure.
Why not?
Because he figures, okay, well, how about we just unite our people under one God, make them a flagship for God, and then the people of the Jewish faith and the Middle Eastern cultures will welcome us with open arms because we are soldiers of God. So they decide to make a Catholic Bible for the Roman army, which is where Catholic or Catholicism comes from.
Yes.
But yes, that is roughly the creation of the Bible.
Okay, I do have another question. If we know where Catholicism came from, Protestantism, how did that come about? How did Protestants come about?
Protestants came about because the Age of Enlightenment happened, which was lots of people decided that actually, no, it's not fair that the royals get all of this money and all of this power. Like, why are they God-given? Why are they provided by God? Because kings and queens aren't good people. They're horrible shit.
I think we've learned that a lot in the past 100 years.
Yeah, in which case, like, okay, so people started to question it. And one of the things that really set off the Protestant Reformation was Martin Luther.
Not to be confused with Martin Luther King.
Yes, not to be confused with Martin Luther King, which is a far more interesting controversy. But no, Martin Luther wrote a book, which was a critique of the Catholic Church and their practices.
Essentially,
and God
57 reasons why fuck the church.
Yeah, 95 Reasons Why Fuck the Church is probably
Yeah.
what it was called. Um, and this book got passed around, and people decided, like, actually, yeah, this is bullshit. um, and the Protestants kind of began from stuff like that, where the entirety of Europe was kind of split between, like, the notion that the church was good versus the church was evil.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is a very interesting moment in history and is kind of the point at which, religion began to become less of a thing. I mean, God was certainly still, well, Christianity and Catholicism is very much still deep seated into society, and it probably will be around for like thousands of years. But
Because conflicts are still happening with it very recently. Like I think it was back in the late, I think 1900s, like 70s, 90s. Fucking the shit in Ireland and Belfast happened.
yeah, exactly. Like, religion is not gone, it's just there are less people that believe in it. It's not part of official government anymore.
Yeah.
Although it is, but it isn't. Because people still have to swear on the Bible in court hearings, which is
Is it
interesting
still the Bible?
considering.
Can it not just be like a picture of the Queen, or I guess the King now?
Well, yeah, something like that. But you'll tell the truth and nothing but the truth. Well, I mean, no, because I can just swear on this Bible and still lie. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna solve anything.
So I swear on the Bible, it was that guy. He did it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if it suits the state's case, they will make you do it.
Yeah.
So, you know. But yes, we should move on with things. Um, this fucking TikToker sounds like a horrendous person, and yeah, I'm glad he is in jail.
Yeah, he has been released from jail, I think, yesterday.
Oh god.
But I want to think, what is your opinion? What do you think this guy? What do you think his sentence should be? So, to be clear,
Um,
he's been charged. This is assault and battery. He's been charged with.
assault makes sense. Battery is a bit weird.
Oh,
I would.
so no, the crime is in like it's assault and battery. They're not two different things. They're the same sort of crime.
Hmm. Well, I mean, they are slightly different, but
But they're named as one thing.
yeah. Uh, I mean, yes, okay, that makes sense. I would probably also rule like um
Okay, okay, yeah,
uh
I have left some things out. Like there were very other small charges, but assault and battery is like the main one.
like public disruption or moral panic.
So moral panic, not so much because the acid attack was just some this person said something. And I thought it was a good point to include.
Yeah,
So yeah,
but I
the
don't know.
shit got on about 3 people. So there were 3 people on a table. He poured it on one, and it splashed over to 2 others.
Yeah, so you're just kind of being an asshole.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, fair enough. Whatever sentence he gets, I hope it's enough.
What do you think his sentence should be? What do you think he should get imprisoned for?
I
How long?
genuinely, I genuinely don't know. Assault makes sense,
Yeah.
um, because it is assault. By the definition of assault, it is assault. But I don't know what else you could charge him with.
Mm-hmm.
because that's a very weird crime.
Yeah, why would I see no reason to sort of do that.
I see no reason to have done it in the first place either, but for whatever reason he decided, no, just like throw shit on people today.
Yeah.
Why?
Just feels like, a shit throwing day.
It's like, why? Why?
Yeah. And I'm
Why did you
surprised.
get,
I'm
why did
surprised
you
that
get
the
up in the morning today and choose violence?
yeah, it's weird. But speaking of influencers, this is a very good segue. There's been a YouTuber who's done something recently. Not
Yes.
not quite as bad, but still a bit fucking odd.
Yes, I have heard this one. I haven't looked at it all that much. People keep telling me about it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And I never really pay attention to it, so you're gonna have to fill in the gaps here, because
Right.
I don't know this one.
I've looked shit up about this. I've looking about shit about this about an hour this morning. So I think it's fair to say that me and you've been a big fans of Has Been Hotel, the TV show.
Yep, I adore Has Been Hotel. I think the first 4 episodes that we've got are really, really good.
Yeah, they're fucking great.
Yeah, and I'll say to the people who want to watch Has Been Hotel, it has some very, very intense and sensitive topics.
Yes.
Like for example, SA. So
if you want sort of a less intense version of that, watch Head of a Boss. That is a lot less intense. Maybe by saying people in the same universe, it's great.
Yeah, I find that Hell of a Boss is a bit tamer at times.
Yes.
It still has like very emotional stuff, but nowhere fucking near what I was not expecting that dressing room scene.
Yes.
I mean, well,
let's pretend that I've watched it. I still haven't watched it yet. Anyway.
You haven't?
No, I haven't had time.
Oh god. Well, I won't say anything then. But like, there is a scene that I didn't necessarily expect to be as intense as it was. I knew that it was going to happen from the setup, but I just didn't realize, like, oh god.
Mm-hmm. So anyway. There's a beatboxing YouTuber called Verbal Ace who's done very big sort of beatboxing videos before. He was sort of included in the I think it's called the Villain Super Bowl or something. You've told me about this. It's like basically all the villains get together and fucking fight and shit. And it's on YouTube.
Super Villain Bowl.
Yes, that. He was included in that. Voiced a bunch of characters. So, he's recently paid someone $50,000, or just under £40,000.
Which was a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah. To make someone make a Has Been Hotel themed music video.
Okay.
And
doesn't sound so bad.
No, in this video, he's got one of the characters from Has Been Hotel, Charlie, who's very much a lesbian in the show. And in the music video, she is shown to be acting very sexual towards Verbal Ace, let's say.
Interesting.
And in the end, it's sort of implied they fuck or whatever.
That is very much not in character for Charlie.
Yeah. And this was recently leaked onto Twitter. Leaked being the prime word, because this video was never meant to be online. Never meant to be shared. Meaning that Verbal Ace has basically had this video made just for him, for himself. This was never meant to be shown to anyone else except him.
So that just makes it infinitely weirder.
Yes. And it's odd because he's recently made a video. One, saying sorry, this is insanely fucking weird. And two, asking people for money. because
Okay,
he has gone broke because of him paying for this video.
So you paid for this video that you probably couldn't have afforded, and then it got leaked online. You're flat broke because you paid for a video that you were gonna keep for yourself. This was never gonna go anywhere, and it was never gonna make you any money, and it wasn't gonna do anything. And you have gone broke because of a video that you made personally for yourself of a character who is lesbian and would absolutely never do that, have sex with you.
Yes. Also, the animation in the video is dog shit. Like, it's not good in time. It's like Invincible, but like 10 times worse.
So, like, the animation isn't even good.
Yeah, it's pretty wank, honestly.
You've paid $50,000 for a crap animation of you having sexual intercourse with a character that would probably never do that, gone flat broke, and then expected other people to bail you out of your financial situation that you put yourself in.
Precisely.
What
yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty. It's pretty bad. I think honestly, he had like such a good reputation before this. By the way, he was like sky high, doing so well, and now it's gone downhill.
I try so hard to come so far. No, I can't sing that because, you know, fucking...
You singing that badly is probably fine.
I don't know. Probably not, because I know how stingy people are. Though, to be honest, at the same time, Doug has an entire
channel. The
channel.
Drunk Men's Choir.
Yeah, which is just dedicated to random songs sung badly by a lot of really drunk people.
So yeah, if you don't know, there's a YouTuber called Doug. Brilliant guy, has some amazing videos. He's made something called the Drunk Men's Choir, featuring lots of big YouTubers like Jay Schlatt, Ted Nivison, Ludwig, loads of people. And what they do is essentially they get blackout drunk and sing a bunch of themes from games, movies, all that, and just allow people to use them in their videos for absolutely free. It's brilliant.
Yes, which the songs are sung so badly that the copyright doesn't count.
Yeah, it can't detect it.
And that is a genuinely genius idea.
Yeah, and honestly, Ben, one of my upcoming videos is using one of their songs.
Hell yeah.
It's using a Drunk Men's Choir song. So yeah, anyway, what do you think about this, him being just very, very weird?
I think it's just fucking weird.
Yeah, because, like, again, 50,000 for a bit of crap animation. 50,000.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that animation is very expensive, but for the sort of tier of animation that we're looking at, 50,000 is way overpriced.
Like, 50,000 for a crap animation for what is arguably a creepy fucking concept.
Yeah, shipping a lesbian with yourself, a straight man.
Yeah.
Like, that is very... Also, not in character for Charlie whatsoever.
No, not at all. And it's just plain fucking creepy. It is very much like the whole Justin Roiland stuff, where he's had some comments in the past about younger people, and I'm very disturbed by a lot of the shit that he has said.
Yeah. I mean, the weirdest part is that he never meant to share it. Why would you keep this sort of thing for yourself?
Yeah, like, you definitely were gonna keep this so that you could
that no one knew about it.
So that you could have a little bit of a tug in your room later. Like, you know.
Yeah, and may I add, the song is quite good. like if you take the music video out of it, the song is very good. But just to be put with this awful video, just sort of
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see this video because I wanna know, but at the same time I'm like, I'm not
like
really sure I want
the
to.
first I saw a video on TikTok the other day, completely accidentally, where the singer of the song said, "Oh, I wonder why my song's blowing off," and then looked up and went, "Oh, oh no." Like even the singer of the
Yeah,
song was extremely disturbed by it. Like
like I don't know. Fucking I like I like the idea of looking at this video for morbid curiosity, but beyond that, I'm kind of like,
yeah,
I don't really
do
want
it
to
at your
know.
own risk, Ben, because it is very odd.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like, you've piqued my curiosity because it sounds just genuinely fucking disturbing.
Yeah,
And then
I was about to say I'll put a clip in, but I don't know if I even can.
I don't imagine you can play clips of it, but
Like it is on
like
YouTube, but for this I don't want to risk it.
yeah, but the morbid curiosity of my brain is kind of like, I want to know how bad it is, but at the same time, I really don't.
Yeah, I would caution some anyone out there. I would caution risk into watching this
Yeah.
because I've seen it. I wanna bleach my eyes. Honestly, it's
Fucking bleach your eyes.
yes. I want to get my mind erased.
He, I'd probably want to do that afterwards.
Yeah,
God damn it, you've piqued my curiosity, and I want to know, but I'm like, I really don't want to know.
I'm so sorry about telling you about this, Ben.
Yeah, because I'm one of those people who you tell somebody about stuff like this, and I'm kind of like, yeah, but I want to see it on the basis of I'm just kind of like weirded out by what I'm hearing.
Because I had the exact same thing. I was like, I heard about this, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. I look it up, I watch it, and I'm like, oh no, it is that bad.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not fun. It's definitely a roller coaster of emotions.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. God. And I think that is all the topics we have on the dock.
I think we have another one.
No, I don't see another one.
Yemen.
Oh right, I think that is I don't know enough about that. I think to talk about it confidently.
I mean, I don't either, but I do know about the Israeli-Palestine conflict, and then the addition of how this is like interfering with Yemen and the bombings and stuff.
Okay, I'll touch on it briefly, but
Yeah.
I'll only say what I know. So allegedly, Yemen, who is on the side of the good guys in the Yemeni Very War. I don't look into it enough. The good guys.
The good guys,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know
sure.
what country that is.
I mean, the good guys will put it like fucking in air quotes because
There are no winners in war.
yeah, there are. So the good guys is, well, the US and like UK and NATO and what have you.
Well, no, I'm talking about the good guys being either Yemen or Israel, or being either
Oh,
Palestine or Israel.
oh god, no. Like
Yeah.
both.
So whoever you support in that, Yemen is on their side.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Because neither of them are like, it's a complicated thing to talk about because it is about religion, and I don't really care for religion.
We've spoken on that.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, okay, I get I do understand. Um, the whole conflict as a whole. I know why it began. I know the history behind it. I'm aware of what both sides have done, and honestly, they're just as bad as each other.
Yeah. So the
The
quote.
whole
No, go on.
the whole thing started in 1919 when Britain decided, well, how about we just put all these Muslim and Jewish people next to each other? That won't cause any problems. Because Britain defeated Lawrence of Arabia and decided, like, okay, well, the best way to handle this situation is to simply give the people what they want, so that it's not our problem. And
Which
that
you'll
was the
soon
worst
find out
decision.
has backfired because it now is their problem.
Yes, because like over 100 years later, it is now very much a problem.
Yes.
Um, but no, it was pretty much caused by putting two very, very distinct religions right next to each other, and then towards the end of World War II, they decided, like, okay, we're going to take a ruler and a pencil, and we're going to draw a line. You live here, you live here. There you go. You've got
Yes.
a Jewish and a Palestinian state. Have
Which
fun.
will divide people even more.
Yes, exactly. And it did exactly that because in 1949 they went to war with each other. Um,
And then randomly just stopped. Just
I mean, it's a lot like the North Korean War. Nobody wins, and then it's on pause forever.
yes, yeah. Like
um,
they never truly signed a peace treaty, but they just sort of stopped firing.
yeah. Um,
Like they're just sort of very passive aggressive towards each other. It's
yes.
like one will walk past the other say, "Well, bad haircut." The other guy will say, "What?" And then you go like, "Nothing. Didn't say anything."
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
But they've now gone to war with each other again, and it's the same thing as, well, every conflict they've ever had with each other. And it's just that one of them wants more power than the other, and they're going to argue with each other with very long judicial inquiries.
yes. So what has recently happened is Yemen, who is on the side that you support, has allegedly, please don't kill me, allegedly, uh, blown down some US and UK transport ships, cargo ships.
Yes.
So the UK and the US together have made the very rational decision of bombing Yemen. Just dropping some bombs.
You
And
just
now,
inciting more war in our supposed peacetime.
yeah, and Yemen is like, you guys fucked up, and is now very much threatening war with the US and UK. I think threatening because they know that they'll get fucked up by NATO. So
Well,
they just
yeah. If you go to war with a NATO country, then Article 5.
see. I think
Oh,
that they're just very much threatening us, but never going to like bad choice on the US and UK's part. But still, Yemen shouldn't have allegedly bombed our ships, and the US and UK shouldn't have allegedly bombed Yemen.
yes, like that is kind of it's kind of the issue with this whole thing. It's a lot of allegedly.
Yeah, because I don't want to say anything is fact because I could be wrong, and I don't like getting assassinated. So
Yeah, and the whole allegedly thing reminds me of um uh the Maine, the destruction of the Maine.
I don't know about this.
You do because it was in the Bill Watts video.
Oh, okay. Well, I've probably forgotten about it then.
Let's blame the Maine on Spain. So they
Oh,
blamed the Maine on
yes,
Spain.
yeah,
Yeah, because they wanted Cuba, and they decided, okay, well, we'll just say that Spain allegedly did this and go to war with them.
yeah, and look how Cuba ended up.
Yes, in the hands of communists.
Yeah, like I mean Castro wasn't a great guy, was he?
No.
And now if
And
you
the
look
Bay
up the
of
Cuban flag, most of them have a picture of Castro on them.
And my favorite thing, oh god, my favorite thing with regards to all of that is the Bay of Pigs invasion, which is yet another example of America loses a war, but America won't admit it.
Yeah. So America's like in every American book, it's like, oh, fun fact: America has never lost a war.
Yeah.
Ever heard of 1812?
Yes, you ever heard of 1812 to 1814, where you won a battle at the end of the war and
But you know,
unfortunately
lost
lost
if fuckers
everything
already
else?
fight. We're all still fighting.
Yes,
I-
exactly.
Like he is such a that guy. I forgot his name. He's such a
Alan
genius.
Murray.
Yeah, Alan Murray. He's a genius. If you haven't
Like,
watched the video, the Britain has never lost a war, watch it. It's brilliant.
yeah, it's quite interesting. Well, no, it's not that Britain's never lost a war. He claims that Britain has at least won conflicts against every
Yeah,
country to ever exist.
I love the one where
And
it's like Nigeria. Oh well, Nigeria is in alliance with us, and being in alliance with us counts for losing to us.
yes. Um, which he's kind of not wrong. We have won against most countries.
Yeah, except
I don't.
Antarctica.
I do. But this
What?
Antarctica's not a country. Um, but no, I do believe he is possibly right. I think there are a few that you could probably argue, like, well, no, we haven't. But we've gone around the world. We've done a lot of
We've
things.
captured 80% of the world before. We were doing pretty well.
Pretty well so far, yeah.
Yeah, you just need to like go around once more. Probably got all of it. It's like there were quite a few obscure countries in that video as well, like Burkina Faso. Most people don't even know what that country is.
Burkina Faso.
Yeah. But no, yeah, that's all I know about the Yemen shit. I don't know much more about it because I'm not interested in this war because I don't really want to get killed.
I'm just not interested in the war.
Yeah,
Like,
all I know is that people stopped caring about Ukraine because it wasn't trendy anymore. That is
yeah,
very controversial
probably.
to say, but I think it is very true. When all the 14-year-old girls on Instagram changed their flag and their username, Ukraine got fucked.
Um. So
So
Yeah, no, I don't really have much to say on the whole conflict. With regards to Ukraine and Russia, um, yeah, it's the classic thing of people do something because it trends.
Yeah,
Like, oh, they put a Ukraine flag in their profile
world is saved.
because of this, and it's like, oh, morality saved. You
Yeah.
passed the check,
The
and it's
war's
like,
gonna end because you put a fucking flag in your username.
yeah, no, you're not really helping.
It's like putting someone's at and then a ring in your bio that your relationship's gonna last forever. I know from
Yeah,
experience that does not work.
yeah, that's it's personally not how it works, but there is uh oh god, this argument to be made for a lot of different things.
It's like
For example,
this one's gonna be very controversial. BLM.
oh god, yeah, because there was lots of people that were like kneeling for BLM, and I'm like, you're just doing this because it's trending at the
Yeah,
moment. You don't actually care. You're not trying to help.
it's like who's gonna have the best view on BLM? A teenage white girl.
Yes, who has nothing to do with any of it.
Yeah.
There is also there's also the thing with so I feel as though this is a thing. Because there are genuinely just some people who do this where they say, "Oh, I'm trans," because it's like trendy to do so,
Yeah.
and make no effort to actually do that, and probably don't personally believe it themselves.
Yeah, that is very much treading some very for the person that could really fuck with how you're seen.
Mm,
Like, I wouldn't
like,
say I'm gay just because it's trendy, because I personally don't like dick. But I just rather say, yeah, I'm into vag. It's like, well, I don't even see a point into it, really.
I don't either.
It's like, sure, it's more accepted now, but I still wouldn't say I am just to be seen as trendy. Because surely that could bring, that could make everyone else say, "Oh, you're just doing it because it sort of the few bad people sort of bring a bad view onto everyone who is actually trans."
It's there's a lot of issues around it where some people just simply do it because it is trendy. And I was having this conversation with somebody who is trans the other day, and they were just like, I'm uncomfortable because of this. And I'm like, well, it's a fucking topic that, needs to be spoken about.
Yeah, it's like when a lot of old people say, "Oh, I don't want to talk about this because it's not real." And it's like, well, no, it is real. It's a thing. People would probably like it when they were back in your time. People didn't want to say it because you were massively homophobic.
I'm talking about it because it is a problem.
Yes, we need to talk about it.
Yeah, and it's like the fucking pronouns thing as well, where some people call
Ben,
themselves.
I'm going to stop you for a second. We don't disagree with pronouns. Just to be clear, we are fine with most of them.
Yeah, no, I'll put it this way. I don't care what pronouns you use them, whatever. But I've staffed before for places, and I've been on customer service and stuff.
I pray for you.
Yeah. Um, and I see somebody with breasts and a feminine attire and things, and my assumption, on the basis that I have no idea who this person is, and I can have no way of knowing, is that they are a woman.
Which is fair enough. Which is fair enough.
So I respond to them like, "Oh, can you?" Well, I was speaking to somebody else, and I was just like, "Oh, can you tell her this, and this, because I need to sort some stuff." And she came back to me and said, like, "I am not a she. I am a they them."
Yeah.
Okay, honey, there is absolutely no way I could have known this.
Yeah, my friend, who is trans, may I say, has a very good way of looking at this. So, my friend, originally a woman transitioning into a man, right? A great friend, great guy. So when I first met him, I was going. I called them a she, right? And he was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm a guy," and that was it. I said sorry, called him a he from then on, and then we had no problems. I think being respectful about it and saying, "Sorry, you got it wrong," and being fine with it is the way to go.
Yeah,
and I think shouting at someone makes no sort of. You're not going to think, oh, they prefer to be called a man. You're going to think, oh, they're a dick.
Yeah, no, like I, if you're going to go by they them, please just say to me like, "Yep, this is what I go by," and I'll be like, "Cool, whatever."
Yeah.
That's what I will call you by.
Yeah.
Because I am respectful of the decisions that people want to make. However, there is just some people who treat it like you're just supposed to know, and I'm how can I know?
So you're not wearing a shirt that says they them, are you?
No, and you're not wearing a badge that says they them. I can't really tell until you tell me.
Yeah.
It's kind of your responsibility to let me know when I get things wrong, to just say it politely and say, "Oh no, I go by this." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. Perfectly fine. I will call you by that."
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's just some people.
There's a lot of stigma around it.
Yeah, there's some people who are just. They act as though you should just know. And I'm like, it's not how it works.
Yeah.
Based upon the social norms that I have been taught as a child, this is how my brain works. I see female thing, I think female.
Yeah, it sounds like I see breasts, I think woman. Like very Dave from the pub.
And I'm sure people will come at me on Twitter and just be like, meh, 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 meh.
Not allowed to call it that anymore. It's X now, Ben.
Yeah, it's fucking X or whatever. No, I'm sure there'll be lots of people that come at me and they're just like, meh, 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 you're being offensive. And I'm like, no.
Have you read the fucking title of the podcast?
Yes, and like, I'm explaining to you simply that I do not disagree with you. I am perfectly fine with you doing whatever the hell you fucking want. You are your own person. I am completely liberal. On the sense that, not in the political parties, but rather just do whatever the fuck you like. But it is not my responsibility to know something that I'm not aware of.
Yeah, that's fair. Can I touch on one more thing briefly about pronouns?
Sure.
So at the start, I said we're okay with most of them. There is. This is no. Look, this is gonna. That sounds bad from the start of it, right?
Well, yeah, especially on the basis that you're like, we're okay with them, with like most of them, and I'm like, okay, well, you're including
Okay,
me when
okay.
I don't know what you're about
Because
to say.
I think you're going to agree with me. Neo-pronouns.
What the fuck are neopronouns?
So they're pronouns that are not they, he or she. They are things like ze, them or z, which are pronouns which are basically they're made up. They're not real. So I could say I'm. Oh, one of my pronouns is Minecraft. I'm Minecraft / Roblox.
No.
No, this is a real. This is a real thing. This is the thing that people say.
No, that is just too silly.
It's a real thing, and people say this.
I mean, I'll put it this way. I don't care what you want to call yourself. Call yourself an Apache helicopter. But, like, that is absurd.
I wish I was lying.
That is a bit absurd.
Like, because people have made these up. Like, these aren't real.
Yeah, it's just bollocks.
But people unironically say that they are their pronouns.
Like, pronouns or, proactive nouns, or purpose noun, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, are to refer to someone personally. If you're referring to yourself as Minecraft, you're not really doing that, are you?
Yes, oh, look at that Minecrafter over there.
It's like, okay, that's very specific.
I think it was mainly started as people taking the piss.
Yeah,
and now it's become actually a thing that people will say unironically.
Yeah, then you get people that are just like, I'm gonna do it unironically, because I want to identify as this, and I'm like, alright, that's fine, whatever, but
Yeah, that's why I said most of them.
I'm going to accept it on the basis that I'm respectful of everybody and you can make your own fucking decisions. I don't care. But at the same time, that is very ridiculous.
Yes, like I wish it wasn't true, but it is.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I will say mainly used by fucking Twitter gremlins who never get off the app. Any reasonable person will say that that's bollocks. Like anyone who's of sound mind.
Wow, you're just calling these people like insane.
They are insane because you can't refer to yourself as a fucking video game.
Yeah, well, apparently they believe they can. So
And I believe that they're fucking mental.
Yeah, no, that is a really weird thing. I've never heard of this before, like at all.
Really?
And I know people used to say as kind of a joke that they sexually identify as an Apache helicopter.
Well, that was always meant to be as like very much. Oh, this is so absurd that it's clearly never meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah, but now it's genuinely that people actually do identify as an Apache helicopter.
Yeah, exactly. It's like someone just going around their room going pretending that they're flying.
Like, okay, neat.
Yeah.
I don't think this should really catch on though.
Oh, Ben, this has been around for like 5 years.
Was it?
This isn't a new thing.
Ever.
Yeah, this isn't a new thing.
Oh god.
This sort of came to light when everyone was making fun of Gen Z. Like when Gen Z are bad was the whole sort of thing.
Yeah, which
honestly pissed me off because I was a Gen Z and I was like, this is not me at all.
Yeah, I hate.
I'm a guy. I just like eating food and breathing.
I hate when people make massive generalizations about like the tribalism of generations and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guilty of it.
Where
I say Gen Alpha a fucking cringe because of Skibbity Toilet or whatever.
yeah, exactly. Everybody does it because society does it, and then therefore you do it. It's kind of just another way to divide people so that people who enjoy the fact that people are divided can sneak away with all the fucking money.
Yeah,
That like
yeah. It's like have you seen that Burger King ad where it's like the new spicy burger attracting everyone, like the memer, and it's like eat spicy goodness like a boss. Have you seen that? That's such a funny ad for all the wrong reasons.
uh I don't want to see that.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I don't want to see that ad. I don't even want to know. Oh God. Right. I don't have any other conversation topics, and I think this was pretty good
Yeah,
considering it's like a 2 hour thing.
yeah. Uh, I hope you've enjoyed this brand new comeback of the Death to Cancel Culture podcast. Hopefully, we'll make more than 2 episodes this time.
It's fucking like shush. Like I don't know if this is necessarily a comeback. I would very much like to do more of this, but you have to kind of get topics to do beforehand, and I find that researching for anything that's kind of interesting or weird kind of requires a lot of like
Time.
yeah. So it's fun, but at the same time, it took me forever to find that fucking Oklahoma story, and I did finally found it. Fuck.
Nice.
Yes, I did finally get to it, shall we say, and I read through the whole thing. It was so fucking wild, but I do enjoy finding weird stories like that. Like I have plenty more to tell, but you know.
So mine were sort of very like they were hard to find. Like that fucking beatboxing one. Like I found out about that before any of like the critical or pyrocynical talked about it. Like obviously they're all onto it now, but I found that out fucking ages before they ages. I say a day before they spoke about it.
Yeah, but you have to like go looking for it necessarily.
I did critical. Sorry for the pun, but amounts of research to find out everything. I know I'm so funny.
It's very funny. Well done. I'll give you a solid golf clap.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh shit! The topic I completely forgot to talk about, which we're coming up on the next episode of Death to Cancel Culture.
You bastard.
So that's how you're gonna find out about it next. Stay tuned.
Yeah. If we ever decide to bother fucking making another one, because you know.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. This has been Death to Cancel Culture with me, Zeb, and the cunt known as Ben.
Yes, I am a cunt.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.
Bye.